Gia stood on her small apartment balcony, watching the huge alien ships break through the clouds above Seoul. The ships were gray and shaped like giant knives cutting through the sky. People in the streets below pointed up and took pictures with their phones. She sipped her tea and tried to stay calm. The aliens had come 3 days ago. They called themselves the Galactic Fleet. They said they wanted peace, but their ships carried weapons. Big weapons. Today was the big meeting. The aliens were going to tell Earth what they wanted. Everyone knew it wouldn't be good. Jia turned on her small TV. The meeting was live on every channel. The camera showed a big room filled with world leaders. They all looked scared. Jia's older sister Soon-hee was there too. Soon-hee worked for the government as a diplomat. She looked calm, sitting near the back of the room, watching everything with sharp eyes. The alien leader walked to the front. He was tall, with blue skin that shimmered under the lights. His 4 eyes blinked at different times. When he opened his mouth, his voice was deep and clear through the translators. "People of Earth," he said, "today is a great day. Your small world joins the Galactic Council. We will protect you. We will give you technology. We will help you grow." Jia frowned. The alien wasn't saying what he really meant. Everyone could hear it. The alien went on. "Of course, we need some things from Earth. Resources, workers, land for our bases, small things." He listed more demands. Earth would give up control of its governments. Earth would give up its military. Earth would give up its best land and water. Earth would work for the aliens and be happy about it. In return, the aliens said, "We won't destroy your cities. We will let you live. This is a good deal." The room was quiet when he finished. World leaders looked at each other. No one knew what to say. The alien deal wasn't a deal at all. It was surrender. Then, from the back of the room, a small sound started. Someone was laughing. The cameras turned quickly. It was Soon-hee. Jia's sister was laughing. It wasn't nervous laughter. It wasn't scared laughter. It was real laughter, like she had heard a funny joke. She laughed louder and louder until tears came from her eyes. The alien's blue skin turned dark purple. "Why do you make this sound?" he demanded. Soon-hee wiped her eyes. "I'm sorry," she said, still smiling. "But you came all this way, across stars and space, to give us the same old speech. The same words human kings and emperors used when they took over weaker countries hundreds of years ago." She stood up. She was small next to the alien, but she didn't look afraid. "Your gifts are things we made 20 years ago," she said. "Your ships leak radiation that our children could find with school science tools. Your weapons systems send out data without any protection. Anyone could hack them." The alien commander stepped back, surprised. "You dare laugh at the Galactic Fleet?" "Yes," Soon-hee said simply. "I dare laugh at it. Because from where I stand, your empire looks very weak." The room was completely silent now. The alien commander stared at Soon-hee for a long moment. Then he turned and walked out. The other aliens followed him. That night, as Jia watched the news talk about what happened, her phone buzzed. It was a message from Soon-hee. "They will take me soon," it said. "When they do, find my hidden files. Then finish what I started. I love you, sister." Jia read the message 3 times. Her hands were shaking. She didn't know what to do. She wasn't brave or smart like Soon-hee. She was just Jia, who worked in a coffee shop and lived a normal life. But her sister needed her. And maybe Earth needed her too. 3 days passed. Jia checked the news every hour. Then it happened. The morning TV show was talking about Soon-hee. The news lady had a big smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Kim Soon-hee has agreed to join the Galactic Fleet as Earth's first ambassador," the woman said. "She left Earth this morning to begin her new role." Jia threw her coffee mug at the wall. It broke into small pieces. "Lies," she whispered. "All lies." Her sister wouldn't leave without saying goodbye. Her sister wouldn't join the aliens who wanted to rule Earth. The aliens had taken Sunni. Jia was sure of it. She remembered her sister's last message. Find the hidden files. But where? Jia went to Sunni's apartment building. The key was in their secret hiding spot, under a loose brick by the back door. Inside, the apartment was clean and normal. Too normal. Like someone had cleaned it after Sunni was gone. Jia looked everywhere. She checked under the bed, inside books, behind pictures. Nothing. She sat on the floor, tired and sad. Then she saw Sunni's favorite poetry book on the shelf. Their mother had given it to Sunni before she died. Jia took it down and held it, remembering their mother reading from it when they were small. The book felt wrong in her hands, too light. Jia opened it and gasped. The middle pages were cut out. Inside the hole was a small data crystal, shining blue in the light. Jia put the crystal in her pocket and left quickly. On the street, she saw two blue-skinned aliens talking to the building owner. They were asking questions, looking for something, looking for her maybe. Back in her own apartment, Jia locked the door and closed all the blinds. Her hand shook as she put the crystal into her computer. Files opened on the screen. Hundreds of them. Pictures, videos, notes, all about the aliens, all in Sunni's neat handwriting. The first file was a video. Sunni's face filled the screen. If you're watching this, Jia, they took me. Sunni said. Her face was serious. Don't trust what they say on TV. Listen carefully now. Jia learned that her quiet sister had been working in secret for years. When the first alien signals came to Earth 10 years ago, Sunni was one of the first to study them. She learned their language before anyone else. She studied the pieces of alien technology that had crashed on Earth over the years. They think humans are simple, Sunni said in the video. They've taken over 1,000 worlds. Most aliens fight the same way, think the same way. But humans are different. We think sideways. We find new paths. Jia opened more files. Her sister had found big problems in alien technology. Their ships used old computer systems. Their weapons had simple passwords. Most important, their whole empire used one big network to talk to each other. If someone could get into that network, they could control everything. I made a virus, Sunhei explained in another video. It can break their whole system. But someone needs to put it in their main network hub on the mothership. Jia looked at the pictures of the huge alien mothership. It was bigger than a city, floating high above Earth. The last file was the hardest to watch. Sunhei looked tired in the video. I know they'll come for me, Jia. I laughed at them on purpose, made them angry on purpose. They'll take me to the mothership to question me. And that's when you can strike. Jia shook her head. I can't do this, she told the screen. I'm not brave like you. I'm not smart like you. I'm just me. Her phone buzzed with a news alert. The aliens had started building bases in major cities. They were taking over. Jia looked again at her sister's face on the screen. You can do this, Sunhei said, as if she could hear Jia's doubts. You're stronger than you know. Find my friends. Their names are in the files. They'll help you. Jia took a deep breath. She wasn't a hero. She wasn't a fighter. But she was Sunhei's sister. Maybe that was enough to start with. Jia read through Sunhei's files all night. Her sister had made a list of names. People who could help. People who knew parts of the truth. The first name was Taehyun. The file said he was a pilot who had flown military planes before. Now he taught others to fly. Sunhei had written, brave, trustworthy, saw an alien ship up close 3 years ago. The next morning, Jia went to the small airport outside the city. Alien ships flew overhead every few minutes. They weren't trying to hide anymore. She found Taehyun standing near a small plane, looking up at the alien ships with hard eyes. He was tall with short black hair and a serious face. His hands were rough and strong. Jia walked up to him slowly. Are you Taehyun? He looked at her with careful eyes. Who's asking? Sunhei sent me. His face changed when he heard the name. I heard she went with them. To be an ambassador. Jia shook her head. Not by choice. And I need your help. Taehyun looked around to make sure no one was listening. Let's talk somewhere else. They walked to a small office at the edge of the airfield. Inside, Taehyun locked the door. What did Sunhae tell you about me? He asked. That you saw an alien ship up close. That she trusted you. Taehyun nodded slowly. 3 years ago, I was flying when something hit my plane. Not a bird. Something else. I had to land in a field. When I got out, I saw it. A small alien ship watching me. When it saw me looking, it flew away fast. He took a deep breath. I told Sunhae. No one else believed me. I have her files, Jia said. She made a plan. But I need more help. The next day, they met Minji. She worked with computers and had been studying alien code for years. She was short with bright eyes and quick hands. She talked fast about things Jia didn't understand. But her eyes lit up when Jia mentioned Sunhee's virus. She really did it. Found a way into their network. Minji asked. That's amazing. Everyone said it couldn't be done. Next was Do-hyun, a builder who knew how alien ships were made. He had helped take apart a crashed alien probe 5 years ago. He was older than the others, with gray in his hair. He asked hard questions. Why you? He asked Jia. Why did Sunhae trust her plan to you? Jia thought about it. Because no one would suspect me. I'm just her sister who works in a coffee shop. The aliens are watching for important people. Scientists. Leaders. Not me. Last was June, who knew 3 alien languages. He was quiet and worked in a bookstore. But his mind was sharp. He had learned the alien words by listening to their broadcasts for years. They all met in the back room of June's bookstore 2 days later. Jia put Sunhee's data crystal on the table. I'm not like my sister, Jia told them. I'm not smart like her. Not brave like her. But I have her plan, and I need all of you to help me. What exactly is this plan? Minji asked, her fingers tapping fast on the table. We need to break into the mothership, find my sister, and use her virus to break the alien network, Jia said. The room was quiet. Then Do-hyun laughed. Not a happy laugh. That's not a plan. That's suicide, he said. Do you have a better idea? Taehyun asked him. The aliens are setting up bases all over. Soon it will be too late. Jia opened the files on her small computer. Sunhee found ways inside their ships. She found paths through their security. She learned their schedules. She did the hard part. Now we just need to follow her map. She looked at each of them. I know it's dangerous. I know we might fail. But if we do nothing, Earth loses everything. June, who had been quiet, finally spoke. Sunhee once told me that humans win because we try things that seem impossible. He nodded at Jia. I'm in. One by one, the others agreed. They were a small team against a huge empire, but they had something the aliens didn't expect. Hope. The training began the next day. Jia had never done anything more dangerous than ride a motorcycle too fast. Now she had to learn how to fight aliens. Taehyun taught her how to move quietly, how to fight with her hands and feet, how to use her small size as an advantage. You're faster than you think, he told her after she flipped him onto his back for the first time. Your body knows what to do before your mind does. That's good. Minji showed her how alien computers worked, how to push the right buttons, how to trick their security systems. Their tech is advanced, but their thinking isn't, Minji explained. They never expect someone to just try the simple way in. June taught her more alien words, not just the formal language, but the slang the guards used, the short commands, the curse words, the warning calls. Day by day, Jia changed. Her arms grew stronger. Her mind grew sharper. Her fear grew smaller. We need to test ourselves, Taehyun said after 2 weeks. A small mission. Something to get real experience. Do-hyun agreed. The aliens have a supply ship landing tomorrow night. Small crew, not many guards. We could take it, get some of their tech. Gia felt her stomach tighten. A real mission, real danger. But she nodded. Let's do it. The night was cold and dark when they drove to the empty field where the alien supply ship would land. Jia's hand shook as she worked the small drone Minji had built. The drone flew up to the alien ship as it landed and stuck to its side. It sent back signals that fooled the ship's computer. The ship's doors opened. The aliens expected to see their friends waiting. Instead, they saw 5 humans with stolen alien weapons. The fight was short but scary. Jia found that in the moment of danger, her mind became very clear. She remembered everything Taeyun had taught her. She moved like water, fast and smooth. When it was over, they had what they came for: alien tech, alien weapons, and something they didn't expect: a prisoner. The alien was younger than the others. His blue skin was lighter. He was scared. "You won't get anything from me," he said in his clicking language. He thought the humans couldn't understand him. Jia surprised him by answering in the same language. "We don't want to hurt you. We want to learn." They took their new things and their new prisoner back to their base under Jun's bookstore. For 3 days, they studied the alien tech. They learned how the ships worked from the inside. They practiced with the new weapons. And Jia spent time talking to the alien, whose name was Kair. At first, he wouldn't say much. But slowly, as Jia showed him kindness, he began to talk. He told her about the Empire, about how it worked, about how many worlds they had taken, about how many of those worlds were waiting for a chance to fight back. "The ruling aliens keep control through fear," Kair explained. "They make each world think they are alone in their hate of the Empire." On the 3rd day, Jia asked him, "Why are you telling me all this? Why help us?" Kair looked at her with his 4 eyes. "Because I've watched your world, your movies, your art, your music. Your people value freedom in a way mine has forgotten. Maybe you can do what we cannot." That night, Jia met with the others. They were stronger now, better prepared, and they had new knowledge from Kair. "It's time for our first real strike," she said. "Time to show the aliens and the world that we can fight back." Her voice didn't shake anymore when she spoke. The quiet girl from the coffee shop was gone. In her place was a leader. The Alien Command Center stood in what used to be the National Assembly building. From here, they controlled all alien activities in East Asia. Guards walked around the building day and night. Blue-skinned aliens went in and out in their shiny uniforms. Jia and her team watched the building for 3 days. They learned when guards change. They found the blind spots in security cameras. They mapped every door and window. "We don't want to destroy it," Jia explained as they made their plan. "We want to send a message to the aliens and to humans." On the 4th night, they moved. Minji had made special devices using the alien tech they captured. The devices could connect to the alien network and send Sunhee's message. They wore dark clothes and moved through the shadows. Jun had made fake ID cards using information from Kair. They entered through a service entrance in the back of the building. Inside, they split up. Taehyun and Dohyun went to place devices on the east side. Minji went to the main computer room. Jia and Jun headed to the west side. Jia's heart beat fast as they walked down the clean white hallways. An alien guard turned a corner and saw them. Before he could speak, Jia stepped forward. "System check," she said in perfect alien language. "Central Command sent us." The guard looked at their fake IDs. He seemed unsure. Jia kept her face calm even though her stomach was tight with fear. Finally, the guard nodded and walked away. Jia and Jun continued to their target, the main broadcast room. They placed Minji's device on the control panel and activated it. Green lights blinked on the small box. It was working. Outside, they met up with the others. They had all succeeded. The devices were in place. "Now we wait," Minji said, checking her watch. They drove to a safe place on a hill overlooking the city. From here, they could see the alien command center and the giant screens in the city square. At exactly midnight, every alien communication system in East Asia began to change. The screens that had shown alien messages now showed something new. Suni's laugh, the one from the first meeting. Then words appeared in the alien language. Your empire has cracks. We found them. At the same time, inside alien buildings all over Korea, Japan, and China, the air systems released a strange gas. The gas didn't hurt the aliens, but it turned their blue skin bright pink. It would stay that way for days. It wasn't a deadly attack. It was something worse for the proud aliens. It was embarrassment. We hit them where it hurts most, Kyer had told them. Their pride. Make them look foolish. Make them look weak. From their lookout spot, Jia watched alien ships fly in panic patterns. She could hear alarms in the distance. It worked, Taehyun said, his voice full of surprise. It really worked. But Jia knew the real target wasn't just the aliens. It was the humans watching. People all over East Asia saw those screens. They saw the aliens could be fought. They saw someone was fighting back. Hope was spreading. The aliens' response came fast and hard. They set up checkpoints all over the city. They checked everyone's ID. They arrested people at random. The streets were filled with angry pink-skinned aliens searching for the humans who had made fools of them. But something else was happening too. Small acts of defiance began popping up in cities across the world. A spray-painted laugh on an alien vehicle, a broken security camera, a hacked alien message board. The resistance was growing. That night, as Jia and her team celebrated their victory, a message came through their hidden communication system. It had been bounced between satellites and hidden servers, impossible to trace. It contained just 3 words in Sunhee's handwriting. I'm still laughing. Jia felt tears in her eyes. Her sister was alive, and she knew what they had done. We're coming for you, Jia whispered to the screen. Just hold on. 3 months passed. The small team became a movement. Resistance groups formed in cities across the world. They used Sunhee's laugh as their symbol. They painted it on walls. They played the sound during alien speeches. They wore hidden pins shaped like a laughing face. Jia, who never wanted to be a leader, found herself giving orders, making plans, solving problems. People looked to her for answers. When aliens made better shields for their computers, Jia suggested using sound waves instead of digital attacks. When alien patrols increased, she broke the resistance into small family groups that were harder to find. Most people didn't know her face. The aliens called her the Laughing One. They thought she was Sunhee. Jia let them think that. Her team grew stronger too. Minji could now hack alien computers in minutes. Taehyun had taught 50 others how to fight. Jun had trained people to understand and speak alien languages. Dohyun had built hidden bases under the city. Even Kyer helped. He chose to stay with them, to fight against his own people. They're not my people anymore, he told Jia. Not after what I've seen them do. Their biggest victory came when they discovered how to break the aliens' navigation systems. All over Earth, alien ships began having problems. Some crashed in empty fields. Others flew in circles, lost. Many couldn't take off at all. But victories came with costs. The aliens fought back hard. They arrested thousands of humans. They burned whole blocks of buildings to find resistance members. Dohyun was caught placing sound devices in an alien base. No one had heard from him since. Taehyun lost his left hand stopping an alien weapon from firing on a school. He now had a metal hand that Minji had built from alien parts. Jia herself had a long scar on her face from a close fight with an alien guard. She had won, but barely. One night, Jia sat in their newest base, looking at maps of the world. The alien forces were still strong in many places. Earth was suffering under their control. Food was scarce. Power often went out. People lived in fear. We need to do more, she said to her team. These small victories aren't enough. June nodded. The people are with us now. But we need a bigger win to keep hope alive. They were making new plans when Kyr burst into the room. His face was grim. Bad news, he said. I just decoded a message from the mothership. They're bringing a suppression fleet. What's that? Taehyun asked. Kyr's 4 eyes blinked rapidly, a sign of fear in his kind. The Empire doesn't want Earth's resources anymore. They want to make an example of you. The suppression fleet has weapons that can destroy entire cities. The room went quiet. Jia felt cold fear in her stomach. Everything they had done, all their small victories, might not be enough. How long do we have? She asked. 1 week. Maybe less, Kyr said. Jia stood up and walked to the window. Outside, she could see the lights of Seoul. Millions of people who didn't know what was coming. Her city, her home. She thought of Sunhae, still held somewhere on the giant mothership above Earth. The ship that controlled everything. The ship that held the main network hub. We can't wait anymore, she said, turning back to her team. We need to attack the mothership now. Minji's eyes widened. That's suicide, Jia. Maybe, Jia agreed. But it's the only chance we have. She pointed to the plans Sunhae had made. The detailed maps of the mothership, the careful notes on guard patrols and security systems. Sunhae knew this day would come. She prepared for it. Now we need to finish what she started. Jia looked at each of her friends. I know it's asking too much. I know it might fail. But I have to try. Who's with me? One by one, they nodded. Even Kyr. Then let's go knock on the Empire's front door, Jia said, and show them what happens when they mess with Earth. The plan was bold but simple. They would use the alien supply ship they had captured months ago. Minji and Dohyun had fixed it and changed it to look like other alien ships. Taehyun would fly it because he was the best pilot. Jia, Minji, and Jun would hide inside. They would pretend to be a normal supply delivery to the mothership. Kyr gave them all the information they needed, codes, schedules, maps of the mothership. He wanted to go with them, but Jia said no. If we fail, someone needs to lead the resistance, she told him. Someone who knows both sides. The night before they left, Jia couldn't sleep. She stood on her balcony looking up at the stars. Somewhere up there, past the clouds, was the mothership. And Sunhae. I'm still not a hero, she whispered to herself. I'm just doing what needs to be done. Early the next morning, they took off from a hidden field outside the city. The ship rose smoothly into the sky, higher and higher. Earth got smaller below them. Jia had never been this high before. Her heart beat fast, but her hands were steady. Approaching the mothership, Taehyun said after an hour, everyone ready. The mothership was huge, like a metal city floating in space. It had lights and towers, and hundreds of smaller ships flying around it. Jia had seen pictures, but the real thing was much bigger. Taehyun spoke into the radio in alien language. Supply ship 247, requesting permission to dock. They waited. Jia held her breath. Supply ship 247, you are cleared for docking bay 18, a voice answered. Taehyun smiled. First step done, he said. The ship flew into a large opening in the side of the mothership. They landed in a big room with many other ships. Alien workers moved around, carrying boxes and checking ships. Now comes the hard part, Jia said. Remember, we need to reach the central network hub. That's where we can upload the virus and find Sunhae. They put on alien worker clothes that Kyr had given them. They had practiced walking like aliens, moving their arms in the strange way aliens did. With their helmets on, they hoped they could fool anyone who didn't look too closely. They walked off their ship, pushing a cart of fake supplies. Jia's heart was racing, but she kept her movements calm and steady. An alien supervisor looked at their papers and waved them through. They followed the path Kyr had shown them on the maps, down long hallways, through big rooms filled with strange machines. The mothership was like a maze, but Gia had studied the maps for weeks. She knew where to go. They had almost reached the main computer section when things went wrong. A security scanner by a door started flashing red lights. It had detected that they were human. Alarms began to sound. Guards ran toward them from both ends of the hallway. "Run," Jia shouted. They fought their way through the first group of guards. Jia moved like she had trained for months, fast and sure. Taehyun used his metal hand to break through a locked door. Minji threw small devices that created bright flashes of light, blinding the aliens. But there were too many guards. In the chaos, they got separated. Jun went left with Minji. Taehyun was forced right. Jia found herself alone in a part of the ship she didn't recognize. The alarms were still blaring. She could hear guards searching nearby. Her communicator didn't work this deep in the ship. She was cut off from the others. Jia ducked into a small side room to catch her breath and think. She had part of Sunhee's virus on her data tool, but not the complete package that Minji carried. She needed to find the others. Then she heard something strange through the noise of alarms. Laughter. A woman's laughter, coming from somewhere down the hallway. It sounded like Sunhee. Jia followed the sound of laughter down the hallway. She moved carefully, hiding whenever she heard guards coming. The laughter got louder as she approached a large door with strange marks on it. The door was locked, but Jia remembered what Minji had taught her. She used a small tool to trick the lock. The door slid open. Inside was not what she expected. It wasn't a prison cell. It was a laboratory. The room was filled with strange machines and glowing screens. Alien scientists in white coats worked at different stations. And there, in the middle of the room, was a clear glass tube. Inside the tube was Sunhee. Jia's heart stopped for a moment. Her sister was floating in a blue liquid. She had wires connected to her head. Her eyes were closed. Next to the tube was a screen showing Sunhee's laugh from the first meeting with the aliens. It played over and over. Before Jia could move, strong hands grabbed her from behind. Guards had found her. They dragged her into the room. A tall alien walked toward her. He wore a different uniform from the others. He had more marks on his clothes. He must be a leader. Finally, he said in perfect human language, "The other Kim's sister." Jia struggled against the guards. "What have you done to her?" she demanded, looking at Sunhee. "We've been studying her mind," the alien commander said, "trying to understand how she knew so much about our systems, how she laughed at things that should scare her." Jia felt sick. The aliens had been connected to Sunhee's brain for months, learning her secrets. And worse, they had been waiting for Jia. Using Sunhee as bait. "Humans are different from other aliens we've met," the commander continued. "You don't think in straight lines like we do. Your minds jump around, make strange connections. Once we understand this, we can stop it in future humans." As he talked, Jia noticed something. Sunhee's fingers were moving slightly, tapping against the glass. A pattern. It was the secret code they had made up as children. They had used it to talk during family dinners when they weren't supposed to speak. S-T-A-A-L. Stall. Sunhee wanted her to stall for time. But why? Jia looked around quickly. Maybe the others were coming. Maybe Minji was close to uploading the virus. She needed to keep the commander talking. "You don't understand humans at all," Jia said loudly. "Our strength isn't in how our brains work. It's in how we feel." The commander looked interested. "Explain." Jia began telling stories about Earth's history, about families fighting for each other, about love and hope. She talked about art and music, about sad things and funny things. As she talked, she moved a little bit at a time, getting closer to Sunhee's tube. The commander listened closely. This was new information about humans. His scientists took notes. For example, Jia said, "Humans will do anything for the people they love. A mother will lift a car to save her child. A brother will walk through fire for his sister." She looked straight at the commander. and a sister will break into the most dangerous place in the galaxy for her sister. The commander was about to reply when the lights flickered. Then they went out for a second before coming back on. The alien scientists looked at their screens in panic. Warning sounds started coming from their computers. "What's happening?" the commander demanded. "The network," one scientist said. "Something is attacking the network." Gia smiled. Minji had reached the network hub. The virus was working. As the virus spread through the alien network, chaos filled the laboratory. Screens flashed with warning signs. Alarms blared. The alien scientists ran from computer to computer, trying to stop the virus. The commander shouted orders, but no one knew what to do. The virus was unlike anything they had seen before. It moved like it was alive. In the confusion, Gia broke free from the guards. She ran to the control panel next to Suni's tube. She remembered what Minji had taught her about alien technology. With shaking hands, she pushed the buttons to open the tube. The glass slid up. The blue liquid drained away. Suni fell forward into Jia's arms. "You came," Suni whispered. Her voice was weak after months of not speaking. "Of course I did," Jia said, holding her sister tight. "I'm your sister." Suni was thin and pale, but her eyes were sharp and clear. Jia helped her stand. They needed to move fast. "The virus?" Suni asked. "It's working," Jia told her. Minji got it into the main system. A loud explosion shook the room. The commander had pulled out a weapon and was firing at them. Jia pushed Suni behind a large machine. She grabbed a metal bar from a broken piece of equipment and faced the commander. "You can't stop it now," she told him. "The virus is already spreading to every ship, every base. Your empire is falling." The commander's blue face had turned dark purple with rage. "I'll kill you both before I let humans win," he shouted. He fired again, but his shot went wild. The virus was affecting the weapon's targeting system. Another explosion came from a hallway. The door burst open. Taehyun ran in, followed by Minji and Jun. They had found each other and fought their way to the laboratory. "Time to go," Taehyun shouted. "The whole ship is going crazy." They ran through the halls of the mothership. All around them, systems were failing. Doors opened and closed at random. Lights flickered on and off. Some aliens fought to stop them, but others were running too, trying to get to escape pods. They reached the hangar where their ship waited. Taehyun jumped into the pilot's seat. The others got on board quickly. Sunhai, still weak, sat next to Jia. "Will the ship still fly with the virus in the system?" Jia asked Minji. Minji nodded. "I made the virus smart. It knows what's ours. It won't touch our ship." As they flew away from the mothership, they could see the effects spreading. Other alien ships were drifting, their systems failing. The giant mothership wasn't exploding. Suni's virus wasn't designed to kill, but it would never control an empire again. Back on Earth, they watched from their base as the news spread. All over the world, alien forces fell into confusion. Without orders from the mothership, they didn't know what to do. Most surprising was what happened next. On many alien ships, crew members who were tired of the Empire's cruelty took control from their commanders. Some aliens left Earth right away. Others asked to talk with humans as equals, not as conquerors. 1 month later, Jia sat with Sunhei in a new meeting hall. Representatives from Earth met with aliens from worlds that had been under the Empire's control. They were making a new alliance, not an empire, but a group of equals. "They called me the girl who laughed at empires," Sunhei said softly. "And they call me the girl who crushed them," Jia replied. "But we know it wasn't just us." "No," Sunhei agreed. "It was all of us. Everyone who fought back. Everyone who hoped." Outside, the first ships from Earth were getting ready to visit other worlds. Jia had been asked to go as Earth's first real ambassador. As she looked at the stars, no longer scary, but full of new possibilities, she couldn't help but laugh. It wasn't a laugh of anger anymore. It was a laugh of joy, of freedom. And somewhere in the galaxy, the remains of an empire heard that laugh and trembled. The end,